Another track that I want to play everybody is this track. Like for me, maybe the best bass line of all time. For me, I'll just say, and I would love to know, like, I'm sure that this is done on the 77 with the, I think that you had the preamp in on this. So let's definitely talk about the sound there, because I'm sure that everybody's seen that bass and they're like, what, like, when did that happen? Like the story of that, and why did you start using active circuitry? But also I would love to know, like, about this date when you were in the studio with Luther. The tune is obviously Never Too Much. It's just it's crushing.
I'm like, what song is he talking about?
Oh, dude.
Long intro too, man.
Oh yeah, I love the long intros. Exactly.
I can't fool myself. I don't want nobody else to ever love me. You are my shining star, my guiding light, my love fantasy. There's not a minute, hour, day, or night that I don't love you. You're at the top of my list, cause I'm always thinking of you. I still remember in the days when I was scared to touch you, how I spent my day dreaming, planning how to say I love you. You must have known that I had feelings deep enough to swim in. That's when you opened up your heart and you told me to come and hold my love.
Romantic strings in the middle of all of that, you know?
Hey, do you want free bass gear, extra content, and exclusive videos? Well, listen up. As an SPL Insider, you get to be part of our free monthly giveaways where you can win bass straps, strings, pedals, multi-effects units, gig bags, even full-on basses like this one. But that's just the start. SPL Insiders also get exclusive director's cut versions of our YouTube videos, longer with deeper insights and packed with extra tips you will not find anywhere else. Plus, you're also going to get bonus behind the scenes content as well. All of this exclusive content is only available to SPL Insiders. It's not on YouTube and it's not on our website. It's truly exclusive. And the best part is it's 100% free. Just click the link below or go to splinsider.com, sign up, and boom, you're in. Free gear, exclusive content, no brainer.
Just incredible. Like, I've got so many questions about this. So was that line written out? When you got in the studio, this is the line that you are going to play.
Yeah, Nat Adderley Jr. Grew up with Luther. He was Luther's accompanist since they were teenagers, all through Luther's career. He's the nephew of Cannonball Adderley, right?
Yeah.
And he, Luther had written the song and Nat had arranged it. So when I got in, every note was written out, you know? But it was really, you personalize it with the articulation, you know, like the pops. This right here.
Yeah, like
that's
that,
way behind
like
the beat,
that,
you know?
It's so, like I try and play that a bit like,
yeah.
You know, like that bit there.
And that's from the jazz, you know what I mean? Because when you're playing,
it's got that skip to it, yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when I heard the playback, I go, ooh, that's a little far back, you know? I said, Luther, are you okay? I can move. He said, no, leave it just like that. You know?
Is that where you heard it? Where you were,
I said, ooh, that's a little too far, you know what I mean? But it had a thing. And Luther said, no, that's got a thing. So,
got it.
So leave it. And then, you know, Nat had a, I was like, that don't make no sense, you know?
Yeah, like it does that. Is it the section?
Right,
That's the one that you played the first time.
That's the main one, but
and then the second one is
like,
that.
Yeah, so I said, I changed to, I went, that made more sense to me. That made more sense. And I said, yeah, no, man, like that F sharp don't mean nothing, man. Like, play it the way it is. I said, okay, because they were very, I don't want to say.
So you didn't get the F sharp in there?
No, man. No, he said, go back to the, I said, I'm going. All right. But you know,
Yeah.
the way they did music, Nat and Luther, it had a lot of character and stuff that didn't seem like it was going to make sense when we were recording it. By the time you heard all the strings and everything, and it was
Within
just
the
like,
actual mix,
and I
yeah.
learned not to question Nat.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that I wrote that because Luther and I began to write shortly after that. We wrote a lot of music together, but this was just me coming in and do it with the ass and just trying to put some funk on it. You know what I mean? With attitude.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, there was a lot of attitude there. And can you tell the story about the...
Oh yeah, yeah.
You got to tell the story about it.
I don't know, man. When you're 19 years old, you just got energy. So we're supposed to go 3, 4, and so Nat's counting it off 2, 3. I went, and Nat looked at me like, but that made it. You know what I mean? That made the record, and
Yeah.
it kind of lets everybody know what's getting ready to happen too.
Oh, dude, it's absolutely killing. Thank you from all of the bass players, in all of the world that have listened to that and just thought, holy crap, this is maybe the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
Luther and I, I was like his little brother. We started in a Roberta Flack's band. Roberta Flack at the time had the #1 song in the entire world called First Time Ever I Saw Your Face.
Yeah.
And we would travel with her. He sang background. I played the bass with Roberta. And we were on the road all the time, you know what I mean? He was making me listen to singers, which I didn't really ever pay attention to. I was a musician,
Yeah.
But he made me listen to Dionne Warwick, Aretha Franklin, Donny Hathaway. And he sat down with me, played me the music, and broke it down the same way like a jazz piano player would break down harmony to you. Like, look, here, flat 9 is just a half step above the 5, blah, 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 blah. Luther was saying, listen to Dionne. She uses her head voice, and she doesn't use vibrato until the chord change. Right? Mixed
So
voice
he
here.
was really, really analytical.
He was a
about it,
musician whose instrument was his voice. You know what I mean? And if you were to listen to a video of 60 concerts that he'd done in a year, the consistency was incredible.
Because he knew exactly what he was
doing. Because he knew what he was doing.
Every single piece,
It wasn't
yeah.
accidental, and it wasn't just instinctive. He knew what he's doing. So anyway, once he told me that and taught me that stuff, I could hear. And so when he started doing records, not on Never Too Much, but I began to start producing with him. And I could sit at the control room while he's at the mic, and I could say, you might want to try that again, because I know you're not going to I know what you're going for. I could be like his mirror on the other side of the glass.
You were working with it like that closely. That
I was using the lessons he taught me, you know what I mean, to help him get what he needed faster.
Wow, that's amazing. And on that album, it was the 77 jazz bass,
But it's still passive.
Still passive at this time.
It was that Ampeg B15.